Okay, folks, I think we're actually live now. Let me start this all over again. So, hi. Oh, there I go. Okay. I am Jill, and I am going to be your host today for the week 1 reveal of Mystery March Madness for Fiberworld. And I am here with 2 of our 2021 teachers, Amy Snell, who was with us last year and is coming back again, and Sarah Peasley, who is new to us, but not at all new to the knitting teaching community. So you might know her even though she wasn't with us last year. So welcome to both of you.
Hi, Jill.
Hi. And trying to get all my stuff set up right. Okay, so we're going to dive right in because we got a lot of brackets to get through today. So I'm going to tell you who each photo went with, and then Amy or Sarah is going to tell you who won and a little bit about the person who is not going forward on to round 2 so that you can see all the great vendors that we have. Okay, so everybody ready? Okay. First up, we had Super Stitchy and Dizzy Blonde Studios.
My dog is digging in the background. Amy, I'm sorry. Do you want to take this one?
Sure, I can do that, Sarah. Okay, so our winner of bracket 1 was Dizzy Blonde. And so Super Stitchy will not be moving on, but Super Stitchy is worth a visit because Super Stitchy has a great selection of hand-dyed yarns, and their inspiration that they draw from is all things geeky. So have a visit and take a look at some of their geeky yarns. And also they have hand-sewn project bags and handmade rosin stitch markers.
Excellent. Okay, and on to bracket 2 was Apple Tree Knits versus Why Not Fibers.
Okay, we just finished digging at the carpet, so I can go.
Okay, excellent. Nobody could hear it anyway. It was fine.
I muted, that's why.
Oh, okay.
It was pretty loud. So Why Not Fibers is the vendor I'm going to talk to you about because Apple Tree Knits is going on to the next round. Why Not Fibers is our beloved Kat, who's helping to run Fiberworld, and they specialize in hand-dyed yarns and spinning fibers, tools and notions, kits, farm-to-needle yarns, and fibers. But I will tell you that I have known Kat for a while. The Why Not Fibers is a source for freshwater fibers, which is a farm-to-needle yarn from Michigan, made completely in Michigan. And Why Not Fibers is dyeing. I saw it in its pristine state before it was ever dyed, but Why Not Fibers is doing beautiful things with that yarn. So that's a pretty unique Michigan connection there.
Excellent. Okay, on to bracket 3 was Brenda and Heather Yarns and Sun Valley Fibers.
And our winner in bracket 3 was Sun Valley Fibers. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about Brenda and Heather Yarns, or BAH, BA Yarns, as you see it written there. They are independent dyers of self-striping and gradient yarns. And you can see in the picture, they've got one of their self-striping sock yarns up there. And they really do have a beautiful selection of self-striping yarns. That's something that's near and dear to my heart as a sock knitter and sock teacher. And Brenda and Heather Yarns are passionate about creating beautiful colorways to share with creative people. So hopefully you will find something there that speaks to you.
Yeah, I love that self-striping yarn. Actually, not so many indie dyers do that. So I think that's great. So congratulations to Sun Valley Fibers, and we will see you next week. And what number am I on? That was, okay, 4. We're on to the Bean Knits versus Misfit Yarns.
Misfit Yarn is going to the next level. And the Bean Knits, who is seated right here, that's Jill. Yeah. So this one isn't a yarn company. This is a design company. And let's see what we say about Bean Knits. The Bean Knits is a knitwear design business. Sweaters are Jill's true knitting love, but you'll find a bit of everything at thebeanknits.com. And I met Jill and her mom when they had a business together, and wrote a book called A Gallery of Mitered Squares. Is that what it was?
Knitter's Gallery of Mitered Squares.
Yep. Knitting was in there somewhere. And I'm just so pleased to have worked with both of you. I love the family aspect of the business. And so Jill's mom retired, and Jill is redefining and moving forward with the sweater design. And I really like that. So go see all her cool designs.
Thank you. That was very nice. Okay. And not at all embarrassing being sitting right here live.
You know.
Okay, on to number 5. Okay, so here's where we have to tell you that we didn't have quite enough vendor participation. Not everybody wanted to be involved in March Madness, which was absolutely fine. They didn't have to be. But every once in a while, you're going to see one of our mascots. And I should be able to tell you what his name is, and I cannot remember, so I'm not going to. I'm sure Kat will put it in the comments for us. I want to say that's Bats, but I could be wrong. So that is Mode Knit will be going forward into next week. So I will just skip that, and we'll talk about that more next week. And number 6 is Megs & Co. and Beach Bunny Yarns.
So our winner among these in this bracket is Beach Bunny Yarns. So we'll be seeing more about Beach Bunny Yarns next week. But don't let Megs & Co. pass you by. Megs & Co. is a fiber arts boutique specialized in small batch hand-dyed yarn in vibrant speckled and tonal colorways. Color is the driver behind the Megs & Co. design process. Whether they're creating new patterns or dyeing fiber, it always comes back to color. So for fiber artists, colors have to be more than just one of a kind. They have to be inspiring to the designer and also wearable. So that's the driver behind Megs & Co. They're striving to find the perfect balance between unique, creative, and wearable.
Excellent. And I will just say that I did a design, the one that's actually in my picture, of the Cooperate shawl of included Megs & Co. And it's a testament to me that the pink that she sent me, and if you know me at all, I hate pink. The pink that she sent me, I actually really liked. It was even a pastel pink, which is like the tops of the pinks that I really don't like. And it was mixed with a little bit of peach. It was called Peach Nougat, and it was just a really gorgeous pink. And so Meg does a really good job with colors, and Megan, I think, actually. And so you should definitely go check them out. Okay, and on to 7. 7 was Haute Bohème. I hope I'm saying that right. And Loop by Loop Studio.
So Haute Bohème, which I will, now it's twice, so it must be right.
Okay,
the winners of that round. I don't know. We apologize if that's not correct, but they were the winners.
Can correct us if we're saying it wrong.
That's correct. So I'm going to talk about Loop by Loop Studio, and I will tell you that I went and looked at their website, and as soon as it came up, I went, oh crap, because they are a rug hooking studio, and I have always wanted to do rug hooking, and I'm like, okay, I guess I'm going to have a new hobby. So they have rug hooking kits and supplies. One of Haley's goals is to help rug hooking reach a broader audience. Hi, you helped, because she understands the benefits of slowing down in this whirly world. She believes that valuable lessons lie within this kind of handiwork and encourages anyone who needs a moment of reflection to try out this easy and relaxing craft. And I do not need any more pushing.
Easy and relaxing crafts.
Yeah. Well, no, that's the other thing. I don't need any more relax, whatever that was, but I'm totally going to try the rug hooking because I've always really been drawn to it.
I have to say, when I first saw the company and that it was rug hooking supplies, I immediately thought of what I did in home ec in the 10th grade. It is so not that.
Yeah, the
The patterns are
acrylic.
super, super attractive at
Yes.
Loop by Loop Studio. You should definitely go check them out.
Yep. You should.
Okay. What am I on? 8, right? Okay. And this is another one where we have Heddle, I believe, the yak, and Wild West Dyes. So Wild West Dyes will be moving on, and we will get a chance to talk about them more in the weeks to come. And I'm going to go on to 9. And 9 is String Theory Yarns and MAB Elements.
And our winner this bracket is MAB Elements. So we'll be hearing more about them in weeks to come. But in the meantime, String Theory Colorworks is a supplier of hand-dyed self-striping yarn with a science twist. All of the names of all of their yarns have to do with science. And I happen to have, I kid you not, without actually knowing in advance, I actually have a sock next to me that was made in String Theory Continuum. I made this sock for my husband a couple years ago, and there, I believe that it's the Continuum base. Has a little bit of cashmere in it, so these are super warm and super comfy, and they've got this really nice stripes that take up, in my gauge, they go about 8 or 9 rows, so it's kind of a nice, generous size of stripe there.
Nice. And that was perfect that you got to cover that one.
Yeah.
Okay, and next we have Louisiana Yarn Guys and Dirty Water Dye Works.
Okay, so Louisiana Yarn Guys won that round, or this round, and out of that pair. And so Dirty Water Dye Works, they feature, I'm sorry, I'm just going to read. They feature hand-dyed yarn in a wide range of semi-solid colorways. They offer knitting kits and yarn bundles for a variety of projects. They take great care in selecting samples for ideas and inspiration. And on their site, I saw bundles for my favorite hat that everybody's making, not hat pattern, but I don't know who started the trend of mixing the mohair, the silk and mohair with a regular wool, and then now we have all these beautiful patterns that combine those two fibers and make a third totally different fabric. But they have some bundles combining those, and then the pom-pom, the big pom-pom that's so popular now. So
Yeah,
I was like, oh yeah, that's gonna, yeah, that was my favorite part there.
Okay. And so on to at Haynes House. I do that in my head wrong every single time. And Yarn Over New York.
And the winner for this bracket was Yarn Over New York. So we'll hear more about them later, but let's talk about At Haynes House Yarns. At Haynes House Yarns is an indie dye yarn company that combines family and fun. They create vibrant colorways and functional project bags. They're a Black-owned family business based near the nation's capital in Fort Washington, Maryland.
Great. And congratulations to Yarn Over New York. And on to 12 is This Craft or That and Robin's Promise.
And Robin's Promise was the winner this time. And so I'm going to tell you about This Craft or That. They offer a menagerie of crafts, including hand-dyed yarn, zipper bags, progress markers, and more. Their hand-dyed yarn bases include a range of superwash, merino wool and blends, baby alpaca and blends, sparkle, always a good thing, and silk in weights of fingering, sport, DK. I never knew I'd be a sparkle girl, but apparently I am, and worsted. They also offer minis in superwash, merino, nylon, and sparkle bases, and their colors vary from neutral to bright and fun. And they have zipper charms and key fobs, which you don't see all the time. And so I'm there.
You're going to be doing a lot of shopping this afternoon.
I am. I think I need all the zipper charms for all my zippers. Yeah.
So, okay. And next up in bracket 13, we had oddly enough, 2 fibers, Greenwood Fiber Company and Hilltop Cloud.
So the winner of bracket 13 was Hilltop Cloud. And so let's talk a little bit about Greenwood Fiberworks. Greenwood Fiberworks is an indie dye company that specializes in fibers as well as yarn. And they do hand-dyed luxury fibers and yarns. So I'm interested to see what they've got new on their website. I happen to have a lot of Greenwood, both fibers, unspun, and their made up yarn in my stash because their colors are really gorgeous and vibrant, and I like them a lot.
Nice. I thought it was very unusual that out of a random pick we had 2 unspun fiber photos to go head to head.
Yeah.
Okay, so next we're on to Bewitched Pigments and Spindle the Cashmere Goat. So Bewitched Pigments will be, again, this was totally random. So whoever got the luxury of being up against a mascot was totally at random. So Bewitched Pigments will be moving on to next week. And next is Adirondack Yarns and Purveyor of Fine Yarns.
And Adirondack Yarns was the winner of this round, probably because of the puppy in the photo. And so Purveyor of Fine Yarns is a wholesale and online retail yarn sale site and distributor for Outlaw Yarn. And Outlaw Yarn, I looked up, is a blend of Polworth wool, alpaca, and possum. We don't see possum yarn around here too often. Yeah, so that sounds pretty posh.
Okay, and we're only halfway through, so you need to get your enunciations.
Right,
okay.
Sorry.
Sorry, no, that was just a little ribbing. No problem.
No ribbing. Oh, I see what you did there.
Okay, moving on. Next up in bracket 16, we have Sandpiper Yarns and Created for You by Laura.
And the winner for this bracket is Created for You by Laura. So let's talk a little bit about Sandpiper Yarn. Sandpiper Yarn is inspired by the colors of nature. The brand reflects a love of gardening, the beach, birds, plants, flowers, and trees. Their yarn colorways draw on earth hues and also tints from throughout nature. It's hand painted and it's spun at home. They are a family business and they have a garden and they are near the beach, so they draw from all those local inspirations. They especially like to recommend their yarn for accessories like hats, scarves, gloves, and cowls, and they use natural and organic fibers.
Great. And they have a really cool logo.
Yeah.
Just my 2 cents there. Okay, 17, we have Inner Yarn Zen and Gnome Spun.
And the winner is Inner Yarn Zen. And all I have about Gnome Spun is that they sell spindles, hand-dyed fiber and yarns, and notions. Yeah.
I have actually had some Gnome Spun yarn. I've
Good.
Jumped in and yeah, beautiful. I have both some spun and unspun fiber from there, and yeah, Dan does beautiful colorways and really has a nice feel to their fiber and yarn.
Nice. Thank you for adding that.
Okay, and next up we have Supernova Dye Works and Long Dog Yarn.
And the winner of this bracket is Supernova Dye Works. Congratulations. So Long Dog Yarn, I guess they forgot to put a puppy in their picture. But what they did put in their picture is their spectacularly speckled and very bold, colorful hand-dyed yarns. So I'm excited to actually go and check out and see a little bit more of their yarn.
Great. And hopefully everybody else is too. Okay, on to 19 was Shirsty Cat Designs and Lanolin. So Shirsty Cat will be going on to next week, and we will hear more about them in the weeks to come. And that puts me on to 20, which is another mascot, which is Brioche, the Angora bunny, and Featherweight Finery. And Featherweight Finery will be moving on. And so we will talk more about them in the weeks to come as well. And then next up in bracket 21, we have Bead Biz and Oink Pigments.
And Oink Pigments won this round, probably because they have a pig in their logo. I'm just going to go with that. No, Oink Pigments are awesome. And at Bead Biz, they sell beads, kits, patterns, and tools for knit, crochet, and all things fiber with beads. They have a huge selection of beads to fit any fiber from bulky to lace weight, and 18 amazing designers on staff who make new and wonderful patterns and kits for them every year. They also have 5 dyers who dye amazing yarns for their kits, and they offer lessons and advice in both knitting and crocheting with beads. They love helping their customers make their project even more colorful, more beautiful with beads.
And Jean Glass is the owner of Bead Biz, and she is also one of our teachers. So she can teach you how to bead. I can't tell you exactly what she's teaching because that's still under wraps, but you'll learn more about that in May. And next up, we have Superfine Yarn Company and Teton. I cannot read that logo to get the exact name. Teton Yarn Company.
And the winner of this bracket was Superfine Yarn Company. So we'll talk a little bit more about Teton Yarn. Teton Yarn Company was founded to be a celebration of yarn, color, and the Tetons. The Tetons are explosive with color, from mountain sunsets to meadows of alpine wildflowers. And there's just so much inspiration around every corner of the trail. Hand-dyed yarn is the perfect media to capture these colors. Teton Yarn Company offers a variety of wool-based yarns for the fiber artist, all the way from lace weight through worsted and all of the weights in between. All the yarns are hand-dyed by the owner in her dye studio in the heart of the Teton Valley in Idaho in small batches and one-of-a-kind variegated multicolor colorways, and also a rainbow of tonal colorways.
And I need to go look up that one in the picture because I really love that colorway. Okay, and moving on to bracket 23, we have Nomad Yarns and Home of the Multiple Zippered Bag.
And Nomad Yarns won this bracket. So I'll tell you, are they monkeys? What am I seeing on that bag?
They are, I believe they are monkeys.
Oh, that's see. Okay, so the Home of the Multiple Zippered Bag, their multiple 4 zippered bags are like the Swiss Army knife of bags. You can store multiple notions and tools in any of the zippered pockets. Larger items can be stored in the pockets in between. When open, the front section acts as a tray. The whole thing zips up into a tidy roll with handles on either end. The gear bag is wonderful for holding all items. Everything stays secure when zipper is closed. The exterior of the bag is interfaced. SF101 used throughout the bag. I don't know, there's not the end of a sentence there, so I'll just stop talking.
Sorry.
But I do like the monkey bag, and look at all those pockets. That looks incredibly useful. More shopping.
A lot of different bag patterns to look at.
Yeah.
Okay, and bracket 24 was Knitting Buddha and 100 Ravens.
And our winner in bracket 24 was 100 Ravens. So let's talk a little bit about Knitting Buddha. Knitting Buddha is a source for one-of-a-kind hand-spun yarns, notions, fiber, spindles, greeting cards, and finished goods. So it sounds like they have a whole lot going on over at their website.
Great. And then we'll be on to another original pencil sketch of Brioche and Sassy Black Yarns. So Sassy Black Yarns will be moving on, and we will get a chance to talk about them in the coming weeks. And then on to 26 is Fiber Stash Dye Works and Morehouse Farm Merino.
And Fiber Stash Dye Works won this round. So I'll tell you about Morehouse Farm. that in 1987, Margaret and Albrecht Pickler, I hope I'm saying all of those names correctly, brought the first two superfine merinos to America at a time when fiber that fine wasn't even on the spinning count scale. Since then, Morehouse Fiber has been breeding for the finest fleeces, and the result is some of the softest farm yarn you'll ever feel. It's available in 5 bases, from lace to bulky, and with 118 colorways. You've got a whole rainbow to choose from. Plus, they've got, oh,
sorry.
You have something to add? You have some right there?
I do. Okay. I have it right here. I've designed a couple of different projects in Morehouse Yarns. My Glenborough cowl is in their yarn, and my Wanderly and Wanderoo socks are in their yarn, and I did fizzy drinks in their yarn because it felts up so beautifully. It's really, really soft, and their colors, you can see, their colors really are nice and vibrant.
Excellent. Yeah, they've been around for a while. Yeah. Okay.
You can keep talking if you had something else to say.
Okay. Well, they say they've got everything packaged in a handy kit, so you have everything you need. And then they also have an amazing online community for learning, with lessons, project help, and supportive knitters to encourage you no matter your skill level.
Yes. And Amy, you're doing something with them right now, are you not? Do you want to give a shameless plug to the other thing that you're doing?
So that online community that they're doing, I just taught classes this morning and Thursday afternoon, actually. They're doing classes. If you're part of their online community, it's a paid online community, but it has help, and you can do get drop-in help with any project. And every month they do a class that's included as part of your membership. If you're at that level of membership. So she's bringing in all kinds of different teachers and doing all these knit-alongs and things. So it's really is a great learning community over there.
Great. Okay.
I have a question. Did that exist pre-COVID, or is that a COVID thing?
Well, they've always had what they call the flock. They've had that for a long time, and it used to exist on Facebook, and they would do knit-alongs. But this new thing where they have Zoom teaching and lessons and teachers coming in, that's all just since COVID.
Okay, good pivot. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, next up we had Miss Babs and Children of the Rice. Whose turn is it?
I think it's you, Sarah. Oh, no, it's me. Okay. Sorry. I was talking so much at the last one, I forgot it's actually my turn to talk now. Okay, so the winner is Miss Babs. Congratulations to Miss Babs. And Children of the Rice is a designer who makes funky, unique jewelry that tends to appeal to makers and knitters, and they're made by a maker and a knitter. And she does this jewelry using rosin and lasers. And I swear I didn't know she was going to come up on here. I'm actually wearing a pair of her earrings here today. So they've got a little ball of yarn and knitting needles through it.
Yeah.
And she makes them she makes them in lots of different bright colors, and they're different shapes. Another one that I have is like a skein of yarn. Really cute stuff.
Great. Yeah, I looked at those last year at Fiberworld, and I can't wear earrings, but the stitch markers I really
she does
like as well.
Too.
So, okay, so who are we on to now? Bracket 28, we're getting near the end. Bracket 28 was a Toad Hollow and Yarn Over Truck.
And the winner of bracket 28 is Yarn Over Truck. Toad Hollow says, this past year, our overall theme was fairy tales. We have the theme for next year, but we don't want to release it until the beginning of the year. So we will send this closer to the event. So that's very hush hush.
And that might be, that might be done by now. That might be out by now, and we just don't know it. So go to Toad Hollow and find out what this year's theme is. Okay, 29 is Posh Fibers and Tina's Toasty Toes.
Okay, and our winner, congratulations to Tina's Toasty Toes. Let's talk a little bit about Posh Fibers. Posh Fibers makes alpaca yarn. Alpacas are eco-friendly, they're very gentle on the land and easily sustainable, so their shop focuses on the fiber from the alpacas. It's luxurious, it's soft and silky and warm. It's both lighter and warmer than wool. They say it's even softer than cashmere. I did not know that. But it also has wicking properties that make it a fiber of choice for outdoor enthusiasts as well as high-end designers. And they're producing carefully designed alpaca blend yarns that are hand dyed and that's appropriate for socks, sweaters, anything that you want to knit. And it's very durable, so it'll be there for years. They also launched the Yarnies in 2021. Those yarns are just going to be dyed in smaller quantities and only available to their club members. So if you join their club, you can have access to that, and that yarn comes with an exclusive bag.
Oh, great. Okay, and on to 30 is Lickin' Flames and the Yarn Underground.
And the winner of that round is Lickin' Flames. And so I'll tell you about Yarn Underground. It's a brick and mortar storefront with an e-com store. They sell quality wools, needles, and tools, and supplies for felting, spinning, and embroidery. Their house brand, dyed by the owner, is Palouse, Palouse Yarn Company, and that is what they're going to be showcasing here.
Great. Okay. And next we have Pam Powers Knits and Jewel Designs.
And the winner of this bracket was Jewel Designs. So let's hear a little bit more about Pam Powers. Pam Powers supplies yarn and accessories for adventurous hand makers. They specialize in embellished knits, and they provide all the supplies for that, as well as a little bit of guidance for your project.
Great. And last up is another versus mascot. So Busy Peach will be moving on to next year, to next week, let me say. And I meant to tell you at the beginning that so many of these brackets were razor thin margins. They were within a handful of votes. So even if your favorite shop didn't move on, check out some of the other ones that you haven't heard of. For the next round, the voting will start tomorrow on our Instagram stories. And also the whole bracket will be up, I believe at 9, either at 9 or at 10 tomorrow morning. So you can vote on Instagram stories, or you can vote for everything at once on the website starting at 9. And I'm sure Kat will be putting our website link right in Facebook, but it is fiberworldshow.com. And I think that's all I needed to tell you. So thank you very much to Amy and Sarah for telling us all about the round 1 vendors. That's the word I'm looking for. And did either of you have anything else you wanted to add?
Thanks for having us, Jill. I'm excited to vote for my favorites in round 2, especially now that I know which makers go with which pictures. I hope that's allowed now.
Oh, but you won't.
Oh, new pictures?
That is a good thing for me to say. Yes, they will be new pictures. All of the 32 vendors will be randomized again. So it won't necessarily be the winner of bracket 1 going against the winner of bracket 2. They'll all be random again. And you can go, if you want to, all of the photos are taken from the vendor's website. So if you want to know who you're voting for, you can go and dig around in all the different websites and find some cool stuff to buy while you're looking for the photos. Awesome. And then we'll be back here next Saturday at 1 o'clock with me and I think Von Tate to tell you about next week's winners. So thank you to Amy and Sarah. And I think we'll sign off now.
So thank you.